Yo, what's up? That's Mickey Goose, and today we are watching a Duty Streams video titled DSP Holds Therapy Session. My parents are jerks like me. And yeah, we're gonna get right into it. Because this intro's too funny. I don't even know how you thought of this. This is too funny. Oh, headphone off. Yep, it was off. Alright, we're gonna start it over because this shit's too funny. Really do I need that money? I need that money. I really need that money.
I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money.
That person in there.
That money.
I'm getting it. Don't do Jasper Cat toys for Christmas. Is he reading any of these, or is he just ignoring all of them? That's a lot of stuff to be trying to reply to. Which is like good. Having a lot of stuff to try to reply to is good. He's not reading any of this. Some of it just people trolling. Okay, but some of it's actual questions.
No, I used to have big holiday get-togethers when I was a kid. My family was actually quite large back then. There was, me and my parents, my uncle.
Once again, Duty Streams, you're a real one. I don't know how the hell you sit through an entire DSP stream. He can read one thing, and this will turn into the next 30 minutes of him ranting about something silly that people don't, like. Not that people don't care, but like, bro, people don't care. Like, you went to the rant about my aunt, my uncle, my this, my that. Oh, just watch.
Uncle and his family, my godparents and their family and their grandparents, and then there was my mom's aunt and uncle on that side of the family, and then there was my cousin.
This is probably the one thing that I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like a lot of people don't like that you like over-explain simplified things. I'm pretty sure the question was along the lines of, you do anything with family for Christmas, etc., etc. You can say, yeah, I did, or I used to get together with a lot of my family. We don't really do that anymore. These people had kids. Now they're having their own Christmases here. You know, you can make it real simple.
Hold on. And all of those people's kids, and then there was also my dad's sisters and aunt. We would all get together for Christmas. Actually, we would have multiple. We had such a big family when I was a kid. We had multiple get-togethers. First, I would go to one side of the family, then I would go to the other side of the family.
Normal.
But as I got older, the whole family had a falling out, and it wasn't me. Like, I was a teenager growing up and doing my own thing, obviously, with my friend.
Just fine. I understand that the falling out happened when you were younger, but now you're a grown-ass man in your 40s. You can choose to do that. You can choose to get together now. Here, let's hear the whole story. But I'm just like, you're a grown ass man now. Like, you can go ahead and choose to still communicate with the rest of your family. Just because your parents had a falling out with them doesn't mean that you can't communicate with the rest of them. That's weird, bud.
All of a sudden, all my family members started hating each other and stopped associating and hanging out at Christmas, and then it just ended. So basically, when I was in my 20s, it just stopped. Like, there was just no more Christmas get-togethers. I was like, wow, that sucks, So every once in a while, I talk to my other family members besides my parents, but it's very rare. And I honestly, to this day, I really don't know what caused the falling out. Like, I don't
So
know if there's a specific
he's lying. He's 100. If he doesn't know, he just didn't ask because he doesn't actually give a fuck. He just knows that he's siding with his parents, which fine, I get that. But you're a grown ass man now in your 40s. You should just ask, hey, what was the falling out that happened between everyone that made everyone drift? Pretty sure someone will give you the real answer. Like, there's no way, no way that if you don't know, that's from your own purposeful ignorance, not out of you never asked. Let's see if he said he asked. I bet it's a fucking lie.
I wasn't involved in it, so.
You just dropped it?
Yeah.
If family didn't fuck with each other no more because of a falling out, I wouldn't just be like, that is what that is. He just didn't care. He didn't care. I don't want to.
Moved to the
He
other
didn't
side
care
of the
about it.
country. There was no point in staying in Connecticut. No one spent any time with anyone. Like literally, I don't even know what happened to half my family, and they just stopped talking to my side of the family. It's like, damn, that sucks. When you like family fighting and stuff, and I had nothing to do with it. You know, like, I was just doing my own thing. I remember when I was young, I was in college, and I was playing competitive Street Fighter, traveling all over the country to play it. And the next thing I know, I'm like, all right, so what are we doing for Christmas? This is going to be great. Like, no, we're not doing that. We're not getting together with anyone. What do you mean? What happened this year? I was busy. I was flying all over the place. You know, I was doing this and that. Oh yeah, we don't talk to them anymore. What? Like we've done this every year since I was a kid. Oh no, we're not doing that. That's actually when we started doing our tradition of having Asian food on Christmas Eve. Because traditionally on Christmas Eve we would always go to my great aunt and uncle's house, and then my godparents would be there, and their grandparents would be there, and like it was like 20, 30 people would get together. And all of a sudden one year, we're just never doing that ever again.
Like, I hate to pause it every 2 seconds, but it just sounds like willful ignorance that he's just happy with in his 40s on a situation that seemed like it meant something to him, but I guess not. I don't.
Wow. And then we started going to Asian restaurants to eat out instead, because we usually would go there. Then we started eating out instead. And again, what caused it? The hell if I know. No, I know. JP Leonard says, could they have let it go? Yeah, I know. And, you know, over the years I reconciled with a few. Like, I hung out with my aunts, my dad's sisters a little bit over the years. You know, and talked to them. We were fine. Like, we don't hate each other or anything.
They don't have an issue with you. You
side
didn't.
of the family, like, it's bad. Like, the only time I even saw them, I mean this too. The last time that I saw that side of the family, this is the side of the family I spent every Christmas with, was mid to late 2000s. My great uncle passed away, and so it was his wake and funeral.
Yep.
And I saw all of them then, and that was actually the last time I talked to them or saw them. I guess they just, whatever happened, and I don't know if it was between my parents and that, it was such a bad falling out that like literally no one wants to talk to anyone. And I'm like, well, it sucks, but what can you do? I have nothing wrong with any of those people, but if they really
You starting to see. I just started reading some of the chat because I can tell he's not reading this chat. I said probably money. It's always money. That's why you move so far away from your parents. Yeah. No, this right here. No, whoever said this is probably right. I'm assuming someone was wealthier than someone and probably started to get on someone's nerves. Who knows what the how the falling out went.
our side of the family for whatever reason, I'm like, what can you do, right?
You can ask about what do you mean, what can you do? The first thing I would be doing, you said it happened when you were a teen, but you can ask, they can say nothing, but as you become an adult, and now you're in your 40s, you can ask them, hey, what happened? Like, what specifically happened to have a falling out happen between everyone? Anyone know the, like, story? I'm the only one who's, like, oblivious to this, I guess, but everyone else knows, like, what was it? Call your parents an ass, and chat said, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, it's all good. This is all ancient history for me. All this stuff is like I said, I've lived here for 11 years. My wife is my family, okay? My wife is my best friend. She's the person I'm going to be with for the rest of my life. You know, we have our life here together in Washington. That's basically us from now on. So I don't really, you know, all this stuff is such ancient history. It doesn't bother me. You know, it would be nice. Like I said, you don't realize what you have till it's gone. So every year you're celebrating Christmas with your family, and you're having big family get-togethers and food and fun, and you take it for granted.
Yeah,
and then
no, I agree.
Years later, you become an adult and you realize I don't have that anymore. Damn, that sucks. It wasn't even something I did. It just got taken from me because of family quarrels or whatever. And then you realize, man, that really stinks. Like, it would have been nice if I still had that in my life. You know, if we still had that fun stuff going on, but we don't. And it is what it is, you know? I think it's a part of everyone's adult life is that you got to kind of go through that. That stuff changes over time that you can't really control. And it really sucks.
At, no, not that big of a deal. Only you think that something like that's that big of a deal. They're just flat out. There are things in life that you have no control over, and that's it. You don't have to be like, oh, that sucks. No, that is just what that is. For you to even feel a type of way about that, honestly, it's like a waste of time because you can't do anything like what. Like, honestly, there's no reason to even have a feeling about that. You're just like, hey, that is what that is. But there's nothing you can do about certain things. I mean, you can feel the way about it, but what is that gonna do? It's gonna be salty about something you can't do anything about it. That's my point.
Here we go. I accidentally didn't
Make
have two
better
highlights the right
content.
color. I was like,
This
that's
is
not
like your
that's
man.
what counts, but
This is like a wing stream.
that you can't control. You
What
just
is
have to
chat
kind of
saying? I
accept it.
can't.
And it sucks,
Who's in
especially
the
when,
game?
like I said,
House.
when you look back at the past,
It's
things
family
you had,
before
like,
they are
wouldn't have
gone,
been
Phil.
cool.
That's true. That's definitely true. You can tell it doesn't bother him because he's been talking about it for over 10 minutes. No, that whoever that is either an actual long time like chatter and already got down like a real, fan, and already just really sees how, like, when there's something he doesn't give a fuck about, he'll just rant about it for 10 minutes and then over and done, water under the bridge. But no, dude, that's not how that works. That's a weird, like, it's weird how you went about that. A falling out happened between my entire family, and no one talks to no one now, and I never asked what happened in all of my 43 years. Or 38, maybe not.
If like people were still
I don't know which
cool
one.
with uh each other in my family, and we were still, in talks and hanging out for the holidays, yeah, I think it would. I think that would be nice, but it is what it is. In truth, the whole idea was that when I moved out here, that hopefully my parents were going to leave Connecticut. Like, I wanted to be the person who was the trendsetter and be
You're
like,
getting
listen,
sad, change
Connecticut
topics.
sucks.
He's
Okay, the weather's atrocious. Whatever happened, and I don't know if it was between my parents and that, it was such a bad falling out that, like, in my office, what happened? As you grow up, good. I think that would be nice. You know.
okay. I
But
clicked back too far. I
but
was
it
trying
is
to
what
read
it
what
is.
that dude said.
In truth, the whole idea
Keep saying I
was
didn't do anything.
that when I
Sus.
moved out here,
Yep.
that hopefully my parents were going to leave Connecticut. Like, I wanted to be the person.
I didn't read that one because I was looking over here. Keep saying I didn't do anything. So, no, yeah, because I was just like, only detractor. He's literally trying. He's purposely detracting you. No, but that's what I was saying. I was like, you didn't know at all, and you never asked it, and never piqued your interest. Like, what made that happen? That's sus.
Who was the trendsetter and be like, listen, Connecticut sucks. Okay, the weather's atrociously bad. It's overpopulated. The taxes, the prices, it's all terrible. My aunt had lived in Washington State for a very long time. She always tried to convince my parents to move here, and they wouldn't listen. They had visited. My mom had visited here and liked it here, but they just went. So I was like, maybe I could be the trendsetter. Maybe I can move here and prove to them that living here is nice. So I moved out here, and the whole goal was that I was hoping within like 5 years I could convince my parents to move out here with me, and then we could have a family time together and everything. But it just didn't work out, Life happened, health issues, and all kinds of stuff. Like, my dad's back. He ended up getting the same back issue that I had, to the point where he couldn't
Anybody wants to
really
be
do much,
around
like,
you?
travel or whatever.
Yeah, I was like, it's really starting to.
Because he used to be a person who would fly all over the world for his job. He had to stop doing it. My mom's health declined, and she couldn't travel anymore. It's like, damn, no one was planning on that to happen. That's just life. So it kind of sucks. If things had worked out perfectly, probably my parents would live close to me, and we'd be spending all this holiday time together. And
See, I'm reading some of these comments, and these are all just assumptions. But like, with you not giving like sensible answers, people that are just gonna start throwing out like assumptions.
doing fun stuff together, and it never happened. You know, that's just the reality. What can you do? Thank you for $2. They said, did you hear about the Iron Lung film adaptation? All I know is that.
All right, thank you for that, Video Duty Streams. No, yeah, if you read some of those comments that were going through his stream, because he didn't give a direct answer that made sense, because there's no grown man who really doesn't still know the answer to an issue like that. Like, everyone's alive for someone to be able to tell what the problem is, and you never asked. So I'm assuming from what someone said, you might be the issue. But you don't want to say that, because then that sounds, it's gonna make you look bad. They're gonna be like, oh, and everyone stopped messing with everyone because of me, because no one wanted to be around me. Yeah. Or so everyone just stopped messing with you because no one wanted to be around you. Yeah, I guess I could be wrong, but I have a good feeling I'm not. Let's read some of the comments. Him with his massive 400-mile scout. Okay, good. It's all on its own. You don't have to do them like that. Well, it was never easy for me. I was born like a child was. Robust urban upbringing. He's gonna say that color forever. No, stop. He has to tell you at a minimum 10 times that it was not his fault. No, bro, something seems real sus about that. He keeps saying he had nothing to do with it over and over again. I'm very suspicious. That makes me think he's lying and absolutely played a role in the family breakup. No, I'm saying there's no grown man who doesn't know why the entire family doesn't talk anymore. There's no way that you wouldn't know that. He did everything correct. It was bugged. It's a very weird thing to say out of nowhere. What'd you do, Phil? No, that's what I'm saying. I think it's just a lie as an excuse to not visit his parents over the holidays. I mean, that could be one too, but I don't think that's the main thing. Yeah, my family on one side split up. That never even crossed my mind as a kid. No, that's what I'm saying. That's literally what I'm saying. I was like, that's literally, it just never, like that has to be sarcasm. That has to be. So he never asked any of his other family members why they didn't get together anymore. Not in the least bit curious. Sounds like he knows exactly what happened. They probably got kicked to the curb. No, yeah, so they probably, the rest of the family decided they don't want to fuck with them no more. The fact that he refused to get on the plane earlier, his parents come to Seattle, tells you all you need to know about the type of human is. They're getting old and hits your desire to see them. It's like, a movie about David was spot on. Go figure. The infamous aunt who by some medical miracle gave him gout. Yeah, didn't even hear about that. I like how the first thing he says is, it wasn't me. I think it might have been him. No, yeah. Gout apple didn't fall from the tree. Okay. It's not my fault. It wasn't me. I had nothing to do with it. No, yeah, literally. It's just bullshit. That's exactly what I said. I was like, it's... None of it really sounded. No one believed it. Good thing there's sensible people who are like, that just makes no sense at all. That just doesn't make sense. There's no way you don't know what happened. And if you don't know and you're really that ignorant and you never cared to ask, I hope you have at least the slightest understanding that it was you. Probably you. Sadly. But yeah, if you like the video, make sure you sub, like, and make sure you like and sub Duty Streams. Go comment. Cause yeah, no, these videos are gold. Seeing grown men who play video games for a living complain about that. And I'm assuming they just don't like how it doesn't feel like they have job security. They can always go get a job. You can always go get a full-time job. Don't want to. That's on them. Alright. Well, I am out of here. Peace out.